Hello all, and as you see, I'm not sitting driving a truck in a high vis as I normally am. I'm currently sitting in the bedroom after doing my speed awareness course. Now, I assume it's been at least 3 years between now and when I did my last speed awareness course, because you have to have a 3-year break in between the two. And you want to do the speed awareness courses because otherwise you get 3 points on your licence, and those will take you closer to having a ban, and also your insurance goes up. On the minor side of things, if you take the points, I think it's £100 fine. If you take the course, it's a £95 course fee, but you have to have a day off work to do it. You don't have to have a day off work, you have to have a morning off work. It's finished at 11:45, but then am I going to go out running now? Because wherever I go is going to take me away from home. I'll have a look, see if there's something I can pick up for the morning. But I have done my course. So, what do we take away from it this time? Firstly, as one of the older generation, I take away logging on fear, which is the fact the course theoretically started at 9 o'clock. So I was trying to log on from 8:30 to make sure that I got the thing. Join the meeting. Does it join the meeting? This one isn't on Zoom. This one's on Microsoft Meetings, or whatever it's called, Microsoft something. So logging on. Then I finally get the guy. Yeah, lovely, that's it. Can you show us? You've got to show your driving licence or your photo ID. Yeah, done all that. Got your pen and paper. Yeah, got all that. Lovely, terrific. You log off now and log back in again at 9:15, because that's when we're going to start. That also gives me anxiety, so I'm pacing and coughing because I'm frightened that I'm going to log on or try and log on and can't log on, and then finally get logged on at half 9. This is now you're too late now. I'm like, oh God, but it's nothing really to worry about. It really is. They send you an email, you click the bit that says join meeting, and the thing comes up and it says you're in the foyer or something like that, or the waiting room, and we'll let you know when the meeting starts. So there's nothing really to worry about other than my general paranoia, because I'm not an office person. I drive lorry all the time, so I don't do these things. I also prefer to do it with the Zoom thing, because otherwise you've got to go to the hotel in Luton, which means you get up at 7:30, and then you leave the house at 8, and you get there at like 8:45, and then you sit and have a cup of coffee, and then you go in a room, and you've done like an hour's worth of travelling. With the Zoom thing, if you know what you're doing, you put your phone, you put your laptop with your camera, click, there to go, and when you're done, and it was 9 o'clock to 11:45, but like I say, they say 9 o'clock, but I think that's the log on time. The course didn't actually start until 9:15. But you do, as soon as it's finished, 11:45, bosh, see you later, baked potato, down goes the laptop lid, and you're free. So that's that advantage. At least you ain't got the travelling. The guy who done it, he was a nice enough bloke. You know, like some people have got natural charisma, and some people kind of had to learn it. He kind of had to learn it. So he's there sort of doing the right, he's making the right noises. What about this? What about that? But you can't help feeling it didn't naturally flow out of him. I suppose the best way to describe it would be like, you know, if you're at school and you've got the teacher where you really look forward to that lesson because that guy's really exciting, and then you've got the teacher and you really hate that lesson because it's really boring. This is one in between. It's like geography. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's all right. And it's kind of like that. It's all right. So, like I say, I started at 9. We started logging off at 9:20. I've got a few notes here. Things. It will be broken down. These courses break down into 4 different categories. The first one is what are the speed limits, which I kind of know. In fairness, I did get one wrong. I doubted myself. I wasn't sure what a car on a dual carriageway was. I said 70, then I said 60, and they went, no, it's 70. But other than that, I kind of know them. I have to know them. I do this for a living. I have to know what the speed limits are. The second one is what are the effects speeding can have on people, on if you hit someone, on the family, that kind of thing. It's very commonsensical, I've got to say. We have to have a little discussion about what we think could be the impacts, like, you know. The third one is staying in control of the car. What do you do to make sure the car goes at the right speed? Look at the speedo. You have to touch the brake, you know. None of this is rocket science. They're not going to challenge you to do like a velocity diagram or an algorithmic equation to say how the brakes work. It's going to be like, maybe use a speed limiter. Maybe do the 2-second bubble rule. You know, I suppose it doesn't hurt to be reminded of these things. And the final thing is, what are you going to do to make sure that you stay within the speed limit? And it's all lovely and it's all good and it's all done. So what are you going to take away from it? And the problem that I think I'm now coming across, And obviously it isn't my fault because I did speed. I was basically going into a village that I know that's not far away from my house, and I didn't slow down in time, and I ended up doing 36 mile an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone because I was dreaming. But the problem that I have a part of my life is the fact that I drive on average 7 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks of the year. I'm in that lorry driving all the time. And I am not, I think the people that they're aiming these courses at are people that speed, to say, look, you don't stop speeding. I try all day, every day, not to speed because I don't want the points. I don't want to have a day off work. I don't want to pay a £95 course fee or a fine. But with the best will in the world, even if you try your heart, if you're driving these kind of hours and you're not focused, and part of the thing about my job is they'll be ringing me on the hands-free, where are you? Where's the place? There's another job. Can you do this? Have you got enough hours? And you're like, are you trying to do all that? I mean, as legal as you can on the hands-free and shutting the radio and trying to find a place to drop off, and your focus isn't always there. And with the best will in the world, even if you are focused all the time, and you're concentrating all the time, there is the possibility that once in a blue moon you might slip up. And there is the possibility that when you slip up, there might be a camera there. And it's kind of what happened to me. I don't want to speed. I want to be a model citizen. If you could say, here's a unit, here's some computer thing, we're going to plug this into your truck, you physically can't speed anymore. It's geo-linked. The second it goes into the thing, the truck will put the brakes on, I go, great, where do I sign? So they're telling me, and they're saying, you know, what are you going to do to try to stop speeding? You know what I come up with? I'm going to buy a helicopter. Stop driving. Get other people to do the driving for me. Guys, help me here. I'm running out of time. But is the course, what's the course like? They're okay. Oh, you know, no one's out to get anybody. No one's out to make an idiot of you. You just sit there. It's kind of like geography at school. You sit there, you do your 2-hour lesson. You say, the bell rings, you say, thanks very much, close your book, and away you go. So, but that's it. Speed course done now. Hopefully back out on the road. Hopefully now this is all done, I can take care and take money.